This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Tudor is a brand owned by Rolex, and it's known for offering high-quality watches with a blend of affordability and Rolex-like craftsmanship. Tudor watches often share design elements with Rolex models and are generally recognized for their robustness, reliability, and stylish aesthetics. While Tudor watches are of high quality, they typically come at a lower price point compared to Rolex watches. Omega, on the other hand, is a prestigious Swiss watchmaker that's also part of the Swatch Group. Omega has a rich history of producing timepieces that have been worn by astronauts, James Bond, and even used in Olympic timing. Omega watches are known for their innovation, precision, and diverse collections, including the iconic Speedmaster and Seamaster lines. Comparing Tudor and Omega watches is subjective and depends on various factors including personal preferences, needs, and the specific models being compared. Both Tudor and Omega are well-respected Swiss watch brands with their unique characteristics and histories. Omega watches are of a higher quality and refinement compared to Tudor. If you were to compare an Omega Seamaster, their basic sports watch, with a Tudor Black Bay 58, the difference is clear. The Omega watch represents a superior level of craftsmanship and watchmaking compared to the Tudor. Despite this, some different discussions and opinions talk about which of these two watch brands is better. So, in today's video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will be talking about the comparison between the Tudor and Omega watches. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we encourage you to do so now to stay informed about our future videos. The comparison between Tudor and Omega is not necessarily a matter of one brand consistently delivering better watches than the other. It's completely natural to have a strong affinity for a particular brand, especially when it comes to something as personal as watches. Your loyalty and enthusiasm for Tudor are evident, and it's clear that you appreciate Tudor's focus on practicality, value, and the genuine tool watch spirit. As for whether Tudor is better than Omega or vice versa, your changing stance exemplifies that such comparisons can be fluid and influenced by individual experiences. Your journey from preferring Tudor to discovering an appreciation for Omega underscores the rich diversity within the world of watches and the capacity for brands to surprise and win over enthusiasts with their offerings. It's a reminder that the best watch for any individual is the one that resonates with them personally, regardless of brand or popular opinion. It is not accurate to say that Tudor is superior to Omega. It's important to avoid directly comparing Omega and Tudor because they exist in different categories within the watch market. However, people might unconsciously draw comparisons to Tudor's ambitious approach and the remarkable features they offer at their price point. One example is the Pelagos watch, which we haven't discussed as much, but it could very well be the most valuable diver's watch available. The classic Pelagos presents an exceptional proposition considering its cost of £4,100. This watch includes a titanium case and bracelet, water resistance up to 500 meters, and a helium escape valve discreetly positioned at 9 o'clock. Featuring the in-house manufacturer caliber MD5612, the watch is equipped with a COSC-certified movement that offers an impressive 70-hour power reserve. It incorporates a clever clasp system with a diver's extension, and it also comes with an additional rubber strap. If you're in the market for a robust and substantial 42mm tool watch, it's hard to ignore the Pelagos. Furthermore, if you put it side by side with the Omega Seamaster Diver 300, the Pelagos could potentially offer more in certain respects. For instance, the Seamaster has lower water resistance, employs less costly stainless steel, and features a polarizing helium escape valve. Worth noting is that both watch movements are certified by COSC. Omega gains an advantage with its utilization of the coaxial escapement, and it is important to acknowledge that the Tudor comes in at a significantly lower cost, around £1,500 less than the Omega. Pound for pound, it appears that Tudor offers more watches for your money. However, the issue we can encounter is that a watch carries far more significance than the mere aggregation of its technical specifications. Assessing the excellence of a watch encompasses subtleties that extend beyond a straightforward comparison of features and capabilities. The evaluation of a watch's quality entails a level of nuance that transcends a superficial perusal of its specifications and an arithmetic calculation of each watch's functionalities. This brings us to the reason we still hold the view that it's not appropriate to definitively state that Tudor is superior to Omega. The distinction lies in the finishing touches. This is where Omega takes the lead. If you were to hold a Tudor Black Bay 58 in one hand and an Omega Seamaster Diver 300 in the other, you'd immediately notice a marked elevation and refinement in the Diver 300. While you can pore over specification sheets endlessly, the true assessment comes from physically handling the watches, experiencing their quality, observing the intricacies of case construction and appreciating their overall design. With regards to Seamaster Diver 300, it's genuinely an exceptional dive watch. Its beauty, thoughtful design, and distinctive appearance make it stand out from the crowd. Every detail exudes a sense of meticulous craftsmanship and attention. This level of meticulous detailing and finishing is not as prevalent in Tudor's dive watch offerings. While we continue to regard the Tudor Black Bay 58, particularly the Black Bay 54, as a preferred dive watch, it's worth noting that it leans toward a more stripped-down, utilitarian aesthetic. It's less ornate and more functional, which, for many, is a desirable trait. We appreciate these Tudor watches for their simplicity and tool-like qualities. It's important to remember that this discussion has largely centered around the dive watch offerings of these two brands. However, the statement Tudor is better than Omega must consider their entire product ranges, which extend beyond just dive watches. Omega has ventured into domains that Tudor might not necessarily explore due to the inherent constraints associated with being Rolex's subsidiary brand. Omega has delved into areas like tourbillons, chiming watches, intricate gem settings, and other ambitious innovations. Even if we set aside these exceptional feats and simply compare other watches in their respective collections, Omega often emerges as the victor. For instance, comparing the Aquaterra to the Black Bay 41 or the Speedmasters to the Black Bay Chrono, Omega tends to excel in various categories. Drawing a comparison between Omega and Tudor might be a more appropriate endeavor than, say, comparing Omega with Rolex. It is not defined that Tudor set out to be a direct rival to Omega. Instead, they might pose a more substantial challenge to brands like Oris, a brand situated in the lower to mid-tier luxury sports watch market. These brands lack the extensive resources of the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation that Tudor benefits from. Brands like these could potentially face greater competition from Tudor's offerings. The Swiss luxury watch industry is famously discreet about its operations and viewpoints. When examining the business aspect, it's clear that Tudor has made a substantial impact on the watch world within a relatively brief span. While Tudor's influence has grown significantly, Omega maintains a notable lead. As of 2022, Omega is the third highest-selling Swiss watch brand, holding a 7.7% market share. However, it's important to bear in mind that Tudor was only relaunched in 2009 and began venturing into in-house movements in 2016. This relatively short period underscores the rapid progress Tudor has achieved in the industry. Your evolving opinion highlights the dynamic nature of watch preferences and the influence of direct experience on forming judgments. This open-minded approach is beneficial for any watch enthusiast, as it allows for a more comprehensive understanding of the watch landscape. What are your thoughts on the topic we shared in this video? Is Tudor really better than Omega? We would love to see your comments and opinions in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow our channel for more content. Thank you for watching The Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.